tip on helping to view celestial events and blocking out peripheral light. That could be a good tip, so thank you for that. And thanks for joining us on the net this evening, Jim. Pleasure to have you here. We're going to clear with Jim now and go to our celebratory couple, NECZ Dave and NEYM Michelle. And I know people say that sounds like a long time, but it sure doesn't feel like a long time having been through that. So anyway, good evening once again, Dave and Michelle. Dave, what else do you have for us? And when you're finished, Dave, turn things over to Michelle.
Thanks again, Jerry. A note for people that are heading up towards Cleveland, if you want to go up that way, which I don't know why you would, but there still were traffic lights out, and
TV 8VGX, you're going to 8TV.
On a 6-lane road, so it was very interesting driving up Chester or going over on the Opportunity Parkway when I was going up there to the 8 hospital. So if you're heading that way, they still had trees down, still had power out spots. So make sure you pad your time if you're going that way. I did, and didn't have a whole lot of trouble, but it was very interesting watching everybody do the who's going to go first thing when you got that many cars in a line. With that, I'm going to say 73 to everyone. This is November 8 Golf Zulu. Turning it over to NEYM. WHWOO repeater.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you everyone on the net tonight. You all are very kind with your comments and your congratulations. And so right here, it just is going way too quickly. Time just flies by way too fast. Well, one of my favorite ways to look at the shooting stars, as I still call them, because that's what we always called them when I was a little kid, which was a very long time ago, is throw a quilt on the ground and lay there and watch it. Of course, now we've got these little black and white little critters running around called skunks. So now I put them up the quilt on a cage ground and hope that discourages them from paper towel roll, because we have so much light pollution here. It's very discouraging. But not discouraging enough to make me want to give up. I continue to try it every time I get a chance to get out there. So I wish we had someplace dark to go. I wish there was a way that they could create a viewing area for people that don't have this, people that don't have so much light pollution. But that's all I have for tonight. I hope everybody has a great week and stay safe. And I'm going to send this back to KC8HDP and from N8YM. 73, everyone.
So, any other stations with traffic?
Well, thank you so much, Dave and Michelle, for being here. Great to have you here, and always enjoy hearing your comments, and congratulations once again, and just many more years together. We're going to clear with Dave and Michelle now, and before we go to Doug, I'm going to re-identify this as the Wayne Amateur Radio Club weekly Wednesday night Club Net, and at net control this evening is Jerry. That's Juliet Echo Romeo Romeo Yankee. I'm using the club call of Whiskey 8 Whiskey Oscar Oscar. If there's anyone out there who would like to check into the net, please use your call sign followed by your name.
KC8, Fox Queen Victor, good evening. KCFQV.
We've added a KC8FQV. Mark, how are you for time? Are you short time, or can you stick around for a little?
Oh, I'll stick around. Surprised that, geez, is there another net on it? You know, the guy came in about 57 or so after the hour, and I thought, wow. KSFQV.
Okay, we're on a trial basis. We are doing the net starting at 8 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock, just to see if we get more participation and how people like it. So for the month of August, the net will start at 8 o'clock. So good to have you here, Mark, and we'll be to you shortly for your comments. Well, let's go now to Doug at KE8 at JNH. Doug, good to have you around for both rounds. What else do you have for us?
Okay, Jerry. Well, as you know, I usually bail out after the first round because I don't have anything else to say. But I did stick around, but don't have anything else to contribute to the group. So I'll be seeing folks tomorrow at the meeting. This is Kilo Echo 8, Juliet November Hotel 73 Doll.
Well, thank you for sticking around, Doug. Good to have you here, and I'll see you tomorrow evening. We're going to clear with Doug now and go once again to W8 at GMF Gary. Good evening once again, Gary. Do you have anything else for the net?
No, I'm pretty well done, Jerry. I will say, again, congratulations. Happy anniversary, Dave and Michelle. 24 years. I vaguely remember that one, and it was a pretty good one, so I hope you guys have a great one as well. And getting married in Alaska, now that probably would be pretty nice. Just to come in from the cold of that, I don't know. I've never been to Alaska, but I hear it can be pretty rough. I don't know how many people have heard it, but I remember Michelle telling the story about Dave coming over and shoveling, and I won't say shoveling, but somehow with a piece of equipment or something, he moved the snow out from in front of her window so she could see. So that's how you win a girl in Alaska, I believe, if I remember Michelle's story right. Anyhow, 7-3 everybody, and congratulations again. You two are a great couple. W8GMF.
Well, thanks for joining us on the net this evening, Gary. Appreciate it and look forward to seeing you tomorrow evening. We're going to clear with Gary now and go once again to KE8 LVA Aaron. Good evening once again, Aaron. Do you have anything else for the net?
Thanks, Jerry. And yesterday I was kind of surprised during that storm. I had left work out on Old Lincoln Way, drove up 250 to just about New Pittsburgh there to grab my son, and brought him back into Worcester. And it had poured on me almost the whole time. And got home and checked what the weather station said at the house and how much rain, and kind of surprised to see, I only got almost 2 tenths of an inch, so we must have been kind of on the edge of it. I was expecting to see more than that, but looking forward to seeing John tomorrow. Haven't seen him in a while, and I'm sure his presentation will be a good one. I actually had somebody send an email today to me that said they sent me an APRS message. They were just getting into APRS and wanted to know if I got it. And I went to respond on my radio to them, and it wouldn't let me send, and I had to kind of re-educate myself on my radio, figured out my memory was full because there was so many messages in it. That's why I couldn't reply, so I guess I got to renew my APRS skills a little bit today. But anyways, hope to see a bunch of you tomorrow. 7-3KG8LVA back to net control.
Well, great to have you on the net this evening, Aaron, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow evening at the meeting as well. I look forward to learning more about APRS. I'm going to clear with Aaron now and go once again to KA8 PGW Merv. Good evening once again, Merv. What else do you have for us?
W caught me with my fingers tied up at a grab a grease rag before I grabbed the microphone. Oh boy, working on a fuel pump right now, trying to put it back together, and it's trying to be a pain. So it's some of the stuff you run into. So yeah, sounds like a great net. And you talk about the meeting you're having tomorrow night. It's been a long time since I've been to the meeting. Make a point to make that sometime. So, continue on. KTW.
Well, it'd be great to see you at a meeting, Merv, and everyone's welcome. So, at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening at the Comm Center at the corner of Burbank and Olden Road. Look forward to seeing a bunch of people there, and it'd be great to have you there as well, Merv. Thanks for checking in on the net with us. Good to have you here. We're going to clear up Merv now, and we're going to see if Chris is still around. AD8NN, Chris over in Stark County. What else do you have for the net?
WHWOO repeater.
Hey, yeah, thank you, Net Control. Yeah, nothing else to add. I was just curious if anyone had any anecdotes about how far south this repeater goes. Does anyone make it into, like, Galena or Sunbury, or is that a bit too far for this repeater? But, no, appreciate hearing everybody on the net there. Thanks for letting me in. 88NN, W8OO, back to you, Net Control.
Well, it was really great having you on the net with us this evening, Chris. You're welcome anytime. I'm not sure how far south it goes, but if anyone on the net has that information, please call now. Well, we got crickets, so I'm assuming nobody on here knows for sure. So, well, I don't know, Chris, if you're down that way sometime, just give us a try and see if you get it. Thanks once again for being here, Chris. Hope to hear you again soon. I'm going to clear with Chris now and go to KC8FQV. Mark. Good evening, Mark. Thanks for joining us on the net this evening. What do you have for us?
Break. And so the trivia question is related to power outages and goes as follows. What year was the worst blackout in terms of customer hours without power?
KC8FQV, Mark, good to have you here. What comments do you have?
KC8, Fox Queen Victor. Well, not a lot here happening. Just checked into the local net here. Checked in with Wooster down. Oh, no, well, this is Wooster here. No, the Cars group I checked in. I'm all mixed up. Yeah, I'm using the RF side for Cars. So, but tomorrow night we got, Pete Cars has got that radio cruise over A&W in Ravenna, 769 East Main Street, or it also known as Route 59 in Ravenna, at A&W. And the Cubs call, the Cubs repeater is 146.895, and it has a 118 PL. And there's some classes you can get into, you know, best installation, and the other one is most bands able to work. You know, a mobile cruise and radio cruise. So, other than that, I don't have a lot else. Just having a little bit of dinner. So, I want to stop in and say hello. So, we'll send it back. Everything else went good for the weather yesterday here. So, we'll send it back to net, KC8FQV.
Well, that radio cruise-in sounds like an interesting thing.
WHWK.
KD8L and K-Ron would be tough to beat, but it'd be interesting to see how many radios and bands that people can work into their vehicles. Sounds like it'd be a really cool event. Enjoy your dinner, Mark, and thanks for joining us on the net this evening. Good to have you here, and hope to hear you again real soon. We're going to clear with Mark now, and that is the bottom of the list. So we will open up the Wayne Amateur Radio Club Weekly Wednesday Night Net one more time for some more check-ins. So if you'd like to join us on the net, use your call sign followed by your name.
88NN.
Hey, Gary, I forgot also to tell you the club website address is going to see more and see the whole flyer about that, KSFQV.
Okay, Mark, did you want to give the website then?
Yeah, well, I forgot to do that because, you know, some people do have website access, you know, and of course the radio, you know, you don't, and you hear it, you can go, but then you say, geez, I'd like to know more about it. And you have that. So it's www.portcars, so it's P-O-R-T cars, C-A-R-S, the one word, portcars.org. And it's, I forgot to tell you the time, too, 6 to 8 tomorrow, so on the 8th of August. So those are the two things I sort of neglected to mention. You know, that's sort of important information, I think it would be. So I wanted to throw that out. So we'll send it back to net control, KCFQV.
Okay, thank you for that information, Mark. Portcars.org, and it's from 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow evening over in Ravenna, D&W. Okay, thank you for that, Mark. Somebody was in there with Mark that got covered over by him. Would you come back, please?
Yeah, thank you. 88NN, doing a recheck, please.
Sure, Chris, go ahead with your recheck.
Well, thank you. I got some third-party traffic here.
Have a good night. Bye.
Well, you have a good night as well. Thank you for saying hello to us. You're welcome to give us third-party traffic anytime you'd like. And hopefully one of these days you'll be licensed as well. Do you have anything else, Chris?
Thank you.
Yep, I appreciate it. It's my daughter here. She wanted to say hi. Oh, hang on. We might have one more.
Hi. I'm Nathan.
Thank you for that. Yep, the kids want to say good night to everybody. I appreciate it. 88NN.
Good night. Good night.
Yep.
Hey, I love you. Bye.
All right. I appreciate it. 80NN, back to you, net control. Thank you for the third-party traffic there.
Pre-show for the Beacon Net will start in about, 12 and a half minutes.
Well, thank you for the third party.
Jump on there and see if anybody wanted to chat it up a little before the net. CWB4AIZ is out there. Chuck, it's KD8SLG. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Yeah, WB4AIZ. Morning, good evening, Nick. How are you doing tonight?
The world is my oyster, Chuck. The world is my oyster. How are things down your way? Did you get a bunch of rain or anything from that tropical storm hurricane?
Oh, you might say that. I hope you're not being shellfish. Anyways, so there. Did we get rain? It was stayed offshore. Betty stayed offshore, but we got to the right-hand side of the storm. Actually, it was just a tropical storm, but had the usual thunder and lightning and pretty close a couple times. And we got, yes, we had, I don't know how much rain. I haven't seen numbers, but they had rip current warnings and storm surge warnings. You know, all the tornado watches and warnings, you know, in the general area. So, anyways, yeah, we figured okay. We're in a block building, well-built building, and it's pretty soundproof, but pretty much. But we made out real good. Over.
Well, good to hear it. I'm glad you didn't get taken out to sea in one of those rip tides or rip currents there. I'm sure you're out there swimming in the ocean all the time, aren't you, Chuck?
Oh, it'll be kind of hard to do, considering we're on the Gulf of Mexico side, as opposed to the ocean side of the state. Don't worry about it. Everybody, even the locals, are come up with that, the ocean. Anyways, I haven't been to the beach in probably a decade or so. I have no desire to go beaching it. Over.
All right. Oh, I guess are you saying the Gulf doesn't have any rip currents? Oh. So you live down there and you don't go to the beach. I don't know what to say to you there, Chuck. I just don't know what to say. Are you going to stick around with us tonight, or are you just stopping in to chat with me for a minute and going to call it a night?
Well, I'm going to do the usual. I'm going to do some in and out, and you know, the Gulf has rip currents, but excuse me. Oh boy, we had a little, anyway, something different. So we had a bingo game today. They were highlighting how to falls, you know, as in I've fallen and I can't get up. And anyways, we played bingo, and I won a prize. Tomorrow it's the sausage sandwich and a hash brown. So that'll be different on top of a meal. Anyways, yeah, I'm starting to excuse me, get sleepy. So that'll be for you, I see.
W8WKY. And a word from our sponsor. All right, Chuck, will you enjoy that prize? That sounds yummy. A little sausage sandwich and hash brown, something different for you. All right there, man. Well, I've got you on the list. I got you checked in and out. I'm going to see if anybody else is out there and wants to chat. You got anything else for me before I take off there, Chuck?
Nope. I think we're done. Oh, dear. So, all right. It's been dry the last couple of days, so E4AIZ 73s.
WV4AIZ, KDSLG. Glad to hear that you're doing well there, Chuck. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by and chatting for a few minutes. You have a good night. Going to clear with WB4AIZ. Let's see. W3ETV, KI5RFI, K6KJV, and KE8QFT. Eddie, Mac, Kevin, and Fred, I've got you guys on the list. Anybody else out there want to chat for a few minutes before we get the party started? It's KD8SLG, I'm listening.
KE8TQR.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo.
Kilo Charlie 5 Romeo Bravo
WB3K
5 RBG Shannon and
Keith, what do you got going on tonight? Are you still at 20 watts?
You doubled with Shannon. You might want to get him in there.
No, Shannon can wait. KC5RBG. Keith got you in here, Shannon. I'm going to get back to Keith real quick, though. Keith, are you still running 20 watts there, buddy?
KD8SLG, KE8TQR. No, sir, I dropped it down to 5 watts. You know, the long-tail rat area.
All right, man. Well, the next guy I'm going to talk to will be very proud of you for dialing it down as far as it'll go, because he doesn't like to use a lot of power. But we'll talk to Phil in a minute. So, Keith, are you checking in for this evening?
That would be a big Roger. Roger, I'm checking in for this evening. I think I'm even going to stick around and play a little trivia and talk to my friends on the radio. So put me on the list as being here. KE8TQR.
All right, Keith, I got you on the list. Shannon, you're on there too, but I want to talk to Phil here. I haven't talked to him in a while. WV3K, KDSLG. How's Phil tonight?
KDSLG, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. I'm doing just fine, Nick. Hope you're doing the same. It sounds like you're very cheerful and doing well, as always, well, usually anyway. So hopefully things are well with you, and yeah, you can put me down, and I'll go ahead and follow through with the rest of the net and enjoy being with the rest of the group. I have... I need to get some help with my phone. All the things I've recorded, the snapshots I've taken with even our roster, I cannot get through on Google. Google has absolutely wiped out some pictures and a bunch of my keepsakes that I keep recorded on my main page to get in on the Sarah group and also keeping some of my emails. So I'm kind of shot in the DIW on the water there without the information that I'd like to keep. So can't follow up on the roster, and I did register for the picnic for Robin and I. Looking forward to talking with you a little later. With that, just little tidbits, I'll hand it back to you there. Nick, good talking to you. You sound great. You sound absolutely great. KDSLG, WB3K.
All right, Phil. Looking forward to seeing you at the picnic. I think I'm going to be cooking this year, so that should be exciting. I'll burn some burgers and dogs for everyone. WV3K, KD8SLG, KC5RBG, Shannon, I got you on the list. We'll get back to you when the net starts. I got 1 minute and 10 seconds before the announcement. I got to grab a drink. This is KD8SLG. I'll be clear until the net starts.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST, 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 calling all amateurs to the BeaconNet pre-show. Sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association right here on the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We meet here every Wednesday and Sunday night at 10 o'clock. That's 9 o'clock Tulsa time. Early check-in start a half hour beforehand. That's me. This is Control Net. We ask that all traffic pass through net control. Your net control operator this evening is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG. My personal is Nick, November India Charlie Kilo, just Nick. So here's the way it works. I'm going to take a couple of rounds of check-ins here real quick, and then we'll work the list, see who wants to stick around and play trivia with us tonight. At 10 o'clock when Dustin takes over, Josh and Lucy have trivia and alt trivia tonight. Should be a good time. So before we get started, as is tradition here on the BeaconNet, let's check in with the BeaconNet crew, make sure everybody's radios are working. And they're awake. KD8 EPC, this is KD8 SLG. Are you out there, Dustin?
KD8 SLG and the BeaconNet pre-show, this is KD8 EPC. Nick, we're here. I think we're ready. We're going to get a cold beverage going and get the net logger fired up, but we should be ready for the net there. KD8 EPC, back to pre-net control.
All right, sounding good there, Dustin. Did you get the Detroit lean off of your antenna?
Did. I had to replace a piece of mast pipe that decided to give way, so there you go. But all is well in the world, and we should be good there, I think. Is sounding all right?
Sure is. Just following up. Thanks, man. See you at the top of the hour. Going to clear with KD8 EPC. Let's check in with Nick at night. KE8QKO, this is KD8 SLG. How you doing, Nick?
KD8 SLG, KE8QKO. I'm doing much better today, Nick. Much better. Last couple days, yeah, you heard me on Sunday, but it was very unpleasant. Slept a lot. A lot. If I wasn't working or awake, obviously when I wasn't awake, I was sleeping. If I pretty much wasn't working, I was sleeping. And sometimes when I was working, I was still sleeping. But I'm feeling a lot better today. Thanks. And I don't think I'm going to stick around for the whole net, so maybe just kind of put me down as kind of short time-ish. I don't want to be like calling me first or anything, but I'm probably going to hit the sack shortly after the net starts up when the trivia stuff is ready, because I'm still a little tired. And I want to get a good night's sleep. I'm still congested and whatnot. Anyway, with that, sir, I'll pass it back to you, KE8QKO.
W8WKY.
Dude, you sound so much better than you did Sunday night. That's for sure. And I heard you check in a couple of nets today, and I recognized your voice again. So that was a good thing. All right, Nick, I put the M next to your name there, and Dustin's listening, so we'll get you in and out of here and get a good night's sleep tonight and feel better. Going to clear with KE8QKO. Let's jump up to Strongsville. Check in with Eric. KE8VZA. KD8 SLG. No responsibilities whatsoever tonight, Eric. How you doing?
KD8 SLG in the group. This is KE8VZA. Well, I'm activating couches on the air tonight. I kind of overdid it in the pool at the rec center today, but it'll all work itself out. And I'm sticking around tonight. We're going to give it a whirl. So KE8VZA back to pre-net control.
All right, man. Couches on the air. That works for me. And I'm guessing that you were at the rec center that still had a roof. Oh, man. Going to clear with KE8VZA. Let's check in with the trivia team. W8HRF, KD8 SLG. What's up, Josh? KD8SLG W8HRF. Hopefully I'm coming in all right. Trying a new microphone with the handheld here. On the Allstar Node, we are ready. Lucy's down in the main, in the radio room, and we'll have our trivia questions pulled up. I heard you, I think I heard you earlier key up on the wrong radio there when you were trying to check into the W8WOO net. Had to give you a hard time, and glad to hear that Nick at night is feeling so much better. That, like you said, can actually recognize his voice tonight. So glad he seems to be on the mend. So good to hear you, and we'll be around when the net starts. KD8SLG W8HRF. Yep, that was me, Josh. That was me. So many microphones, so few nets. I just grabbed the wrong microphone. But I still had a radio on W8WKY, so I heard myself instantly and managed to get back there in time before Jerry decided to cut me loose and not call me back again. Going to clear with W8HRF. Looking forward to the trivia question. Let's check in with the other half of the trivia team. KE8YUK, Miss Lucy. Are you out there tonight?
KD8SLG, this is KE8YUK. I'm out there. I'm way out there. Anytime I go on the Airbnb website, I am way out there. Oh, man. But I'm here. Over to you.
All right, Lucy. Looking forward to tonight's alternate trivia question. Kevin and I are hoping there's a Cornwaldo bean in there somewhere. So there. All right, let me tell you who I've harvested so far, and we'll do a couple rounds of check-ins and get this thing going. See, we had WB4AIZ, Chuck was in and out down in Florida. W3ETV Eddie, KI5RFI Mac, K6KJV Kevin, KE8QFT Fred, KE8TQR Keith, WV3K Phil, KC5RBG Shannon, and KC0LRM. You guys are all on the list. I'm taking check-ins on the early pre-show for the Beacon Net tonight. I'm listening. All right, we're starting off with someone I couldn't hear at all. You want to try again, please?
I'll try it again. 8D8NN Alpha Delta 8 November, Chris in North Canton.
Full quieting that time, Chris. Gotcha. 88NN. All right, who else is out there? KD8SLG, I'm listening.
Kilo 4 Oscar Golf.
K4OG, the original gangsta. Mark in the middle. Got you on a list there, Mark. Who else is out there? I'm listening.
KQFT.
Well, I keyed up over that. Was that a Fred? It sounded like KE8QFT.
Yeah, sorry about that, Nick. Just wanted to see if my radio works. And I'm trying to find out how to register for this picnic. The link view detail doesn't work. Over.
I don't know what to tell you there, Fred. It worked for me and a bunch of other people. Maybe you're going to have to get Dustin to take a look at your computer for you. All right? All right. Going to clear a KE8QFT for now. I did my 2 rounds of check-ins. It's kind of quiet tonight. So let's just start working the list, see who's sticking around. Maybe some other people will join us in a few minutes. W3ETB, this is Katie at SLG. How you doing tonight, Eddie? You gonna stick around and play trivia?
Yeah, hi, Nick. I'll be here playing the trivia. Want to hear those trivia questions? See what's going on. I'm not sure. I guess Alan would be doing the alternate trivia tonight, probably. I just discovered a little while ago that for the past 7 days, I've been putting down 7 as the month instead of 8. You know how that is. Sometimes the month changes and you totally don't realize that you're actually in a new month. So I had to go back through my logbook here and correct that. Anyway, I'll turn it back to you, Nick. It's always good talking to you. Talk to you again sometime. W3ETV, back to net.
All right, Eddie. Yeah, the summer is flying by. Yeah, we are in 8, not 7. All right, man. I got you sticking around tonight, Eddie. This is the W8WKY repeater. I'm KD8SLG, and let's talk to our Arkansas contingent tonight, KI5RFI. Mac, how you doing? And are you sticking around tonight?
KI5RFI, good evening. Welcome to hot weather here. I think it's summertime. I've been trying to stay on the cool side of the door today. I did have to take the grandson out to batting practice today, but other than that, I've been staying cool. Yes, sir, I'll be hanging around for the big show there, and looking forward to it. Back to net control, KI5RFI.
KI5RFI, KD8SLG. The cool side of the door is the place to be. That's for sure. We had a little bit of a reprieve today in Ohio. Started the day at 66. I don't think it got above 74 at any given time. It was a wonderful day to have the door open and let everything breathe a little bit. Got you sticking around, Mac. Thanks for being here. KI5RFI. Next up, let's go out to Valley Springs, California. Rev Kev, K6KJV, KD8SLG. What's going on, Rev Kev, and are you sticking around tonight?
W8WKY.
This is K6KJV here in Valley Springs, California, where we got up to a high of 107 today. It's pretty hot today, and like old Mac says, staying on the cool side of the door, and I'm all in, and I forgot to say, Nick, and hello to you and all the other crew, and I'm all in. I'm sitting here in the big top, looking at center ring, waiting for y'all to send in the clowns. So with that, I'll say, God bless and send it back to you there, Nick, from K6KJV.
K6KJV, KD8SLG. Oh, Kevin, the clowns are already here. I got you sticking around, Kevin. Going to clear with K6KJV. Next up, let's talk to Uncle Fred. KE8QFT, KD8SLG. You got that worked out, Fred?
Nope, I never had to sign in before. Now, I don't know, try to sign in, but no, I click on the link, it says, there's a thing about the picnic and all that in detail, and I click on detail and get nowhere. The thing just pops back up again. Well, we'll figure something out here. Back to the prenet.
Fred, don't click on detail because I don't even know what you're talking about. If you just open it up for 2024 Sarah Family Picnic info and RSVP, scroll down to the bottom of the page, you got a field to put in your name, your call sign, and number attending, and then you just hit submit. Want to give that a try?
You say just go to the Sarah web page. You got to click on picnic, don't you?
I just brought it up and it went directly to the family picnic page. I'm just telling you, you just have to scroll down to the bottom of the page, fill out your information, hit submit. I don't know what you're clicking about detail.
Well, mine has a picture of the picnic and the pavilion and it says detail. All right, I'll check on this. In the meantime, get back to the pre-net festivities.
All right, Fred, we'll work it out, man. We're going to get you to the picnic. Going to clear a KE8QFT. Let's talk to Keith. KE8TQR. You said you're sticking around, but I'm going to say hi and ask you anyway. What's going on, Keith?
KD8SLG, KE8TQR, good evening, Nick, and all the rest of the BeaconNet crew there tonight. Sounds like everyone's doing well. I just went to the Sarah Web Club page, and the picnic picture does come up, but just below that it says read more. And I click on that, and another window opens up, and there's where you fill in all your information. I don't see anything about detail, but I do see read more. Just putting my 5 cents in there. Anyway, I'll be sticking around, and it's good to hear everybody tonight. KE8TQR.
All right, Keith, I got you sticking around tonight, and thank you for the confirmation there on the functionality. WV3K, KD8SLG. Phil, are you going to stay up and play trivia with us tonight? Uh-oh. WV3K, KD8SLG. You still there, Phil? Maybe he's saving all the conversation for Dustin. All right, I'm going to keep you on the list there, Phil. Let's jump out to Tulsa and talk to Shannon, who I snubbed before the net. KC5RBG, KD8SLG. Good evening, Shannon. Are you still playing video games with the kid? And are you sticking around with us tonight?
He is still around and playing games for sure. We just watched the first John Wick. I still have the other 3 that him and my friend Amanda haven't seen, so those will be later. I don't know if it will be today, but it'll probably be this weekend or something. And she's here helping do my meds right now, which is a big help. Usually Jairus takes responsibility for that, but she took over since he is on vacation. Anyway, it was hot today here. It's still 92. Heat index is 93 for what that's worth. But yeah, sun's down and the dogs are starting to quiet down. And I just wish Kenyon was. He's been still bouncing off the walls. He's been bouncing off the walls ever since I had my shot in my eye today. So anyway, you all have a great one there, and I'll be sticking around for the big show. Of course, you already know what my trivia answer is going to be, but we'll be here. KC5, real big gun.
All right, Shannon, sounds like you had a fun day, and I got you sticking around as well. We're going to clear with KC5RBG. I added a few folks here. WA8KOC, Fred. KC3QND, Jeannie, I got you back in and out. Thanks for stopping by, Jeannie. And KA8MNT, you're on the list. Let's stay out in Tulsa. See what Kelly's doing tonight. KC0LRM, this is KD8SLG. You sticking around tonight, Kelly?
Hope KD8SLG. Hey, thanks for getting me in there, Nick. Yes, I will be sticking around, but I've been kind of keeping up with the Olympics here, and I've not seen any Cornwallow beans win a medal yet, so I'm kind of disappointed, but I will be sticking around. All right, back to you.
All right, Kelly, you're on the list of sticking around. Good to have you on board. We're going to clear with KC0LRM. Let's talk to Chris. 88NN. Cool call sign, Chris. Caught me off guard. You want to stick around and play trivia with us tonight?
Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's my new call sign. I was formerly KO4CBH. And unfortunately, I think I need to be in and out tonight. I appreciate you getting back to me here. I'll be, what's the term, reading the mail. I don't think I'll be able to chime back in here, but I did want to give a quick shout out to W8HRF, Josh. Really appreciate him. He's sending us emails and keeping us connected, so I definitely appreciate him sending out the info on the POTA and the club events. I did sign up for the picnic, so I'm looking forward to seeing everyone out there. But with that, I'll turn it back to you, Net Control, W8WKY88NN.
Oh, dude, looking forward to seeing you at the picnic. And, you want to grab your friend and bring the drone, that would be fun, too. Good to hear you, man. Sorry you can't stick around tonight, but we're fun to listen to, too. Going to clear with 88NN. This is the W8WKY repeater. You're listening to the BeaconNet pre-show, and next on the list we have K4OG, the original gangster. Mark, you're staying up late tonight. Are you going to stick around, or are you just getting your ticket punched?
KD8SLG, K4OG. Good evening, Nick. OG's going to go off grid tonight. All the late nights have added up, and I just need to get some rest. Got my ears checked out by the ENT today, and they say, yeah, no water behind the ears and the ringing and dizzy spells. Significant nerve damage on that right ear, and she thinks I got some rare disease called Meniere's disease. So we got to contemplate thinking about whether we can attribute it back to the Navy days and if that's even worthwhile. So, yeah, we're just going to get some plenty of rest this evening, Nick, and you have a good net and everyone have fun out there doing it. K4OG, back to Nick.
K4OG, KD8SLG. Get some sleep, Mark. Take care of yourself, and I guess you won't be going up in the bucket truck. Oh, man. Have a good night, Mark. Talk to you later on. Going to clear with K4OG. Let's check in with Fred. This is how I started my day this morning, kinda. WA8KOC, KD8SLG. Good evening, Fred. How you doing? You guys stick around tonight, or are you just here to get your ticket punched?
Hey, pal. Thanks for letting me check in on the BeaconNet OG, original gangster. Mark, you got to appreciate some of these acronyms they give us, don't you? Kind of like custom select and all that kind of good stuff. I've always one for me. Just don't get it. Anyway, hopefully I'm getting through here. But again, thanks for taking my check-in. You guys have a good net. And I'm going to just get my ticket punched and bail out. Take care, Nick. Give my best to Dustin and the rest of the crew. KD8SLG and the pre-show for the BeaconNet WA8KOC.
WA8KOC, KD8SLG. Thanks for stopping by, Fred. We'll talk to you next time. Have a good night. We're going to clear with Fred. I added AIB and KC8FQV. You guys are on the list. Right now, we're going to talk to Tom. KA8MNT, KD8SLG. Good evening, Tom. How are you doing? And are you going to stick around with tonight?
KD8SLG, KA8MNT. Well, I've been debating that for about the last half an hour or so, and I think I'm going to have to pull out again tonight. My eyeballs are getting tired, and my mouth is kind of painful this evening, so I'm going to say 7-3s to everybody, and stay safe, stay healthy, and keep smiling. This is KA8MNT turning everything back over to SD8SL, KD8SLG.
Tom, it actually sounded like it hurt when you said smiling. Get some rest there, man. Get us a good joke for Gary's barometer net tomorrow morning. Sleep well, my friend. We're going to clear with KA8MNT. Let's check in with Broken Arrow, AI5HV, KD8SLG. How you doing tonight, Greg? And are you going to stick around for trivia?
Good evening, Nick, and this is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor, Greg and Broken Arrow, and I think I may have checked into this net maybe 2 times before. To be honest, I don't know a lot about what goes on the net, so I may just sit here and listen for a while and see what all goes on this particular net, if that's all right.
Oh, Greg, spectators are always welcome, but I'm going to leave you on the list anyway and have Dustin call you later. It's going to go quick tonight, so stick around. We're going to clear with AI5HV and talk to Mark. KT8FQV, this is KD8SLG. Hey, Mark, how you doing? I know I don't have to ask you if you're sticking around, but what do you got to prime us with tonight before the net starts?
Oh, Nick, good evening. I was going to say afternoon. Yeah, that's the afternoon net, but KSFQE. Well, you know, Pete Cars, www.portcars, PORTCARS.org is going to have the radio cruise tomorrow, and at 6 to 8 at A&W in Ravenna. 59th Street, East Main Street, or 59, they're about the same. And, yeah, that's the 2 classes, the best radio installation and the most bands that you can work on mobile. And that repeater is the 146.895 with the 118 PL. I wonder how, so that's tomorrow night, the 8th. I wonder how their car cruise went tonight out there. They're having a car cruise the same location, up and down all of Main Street. Yeah, you know, our weather has sort of gone a little bit a different way now. Overcast and grace and that, but everything else is good. Took my brother, he went back to Austin. Yep. So he's gonna come back at the end of the month. He's gonna cover the end of the month to the beginning of next month. So that's guaranteed because he already sent me, he already got his ticket. So, yeah, there ain't no turning back now. So he's going to do that. So I'll send it back your way, Nick, KSFQV.
All right, Mark, I got you on the list. Sticking around. I'm going to clear KC8FQV. I got one more to talk to before I hand it off to Dustin. KI5DAY, KD8SLG. Good evening, Alan. What's going on in the hangar tonight? Nothing but static, Alan. Nothing but static. Sorry, man, I can barely hear your voice under there. So, we're not going to try again. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. Or hear you. Or almost hear you. I want to thank everybody who checked in here on the pre-show. But it's time for Dustin to take over and light up the nighttime airwaves. KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Take it away, Dustin.
All right, thank you very much there, Nick. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8EPC, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. We'll take multiple rounds of check-in, so if you don't get in the first time, just stand by and we'll get to you as soon as we can. Let's see, we're linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, Fireside Network, and various other repeaters. So we ask you to keep for a couple of minutes before, or a couple of seconds before and after you transmit, so we hear everything you have to say, and make sure you let everything drop so we hear everything you have to say also. All right, before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, not hearing any emergency or priority traffic stations that haven't already checked into the pre-show. I'd like to check into the Beacon Net. Please say your call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Echo 8, Bravo Hotel Quebec, KE8, BHQ, Benjamin, Mobile.
Kilo India 5, Oscar Zulu Zulu, KI50ZZ, in and out, stupid busy tonight. Have a great net, Dustin and Nick.
KF8, AYX, Chuck North Royalton, in and out.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Bravo November Foxtrot, Mike in Cleveland, Ohio.
W8WKY.
Alpha
November
8,
9, Julia Papa
Charlie
Hotel,
Sierra, Gary in Fairlawn.
In and out.
All right, let me hold it up right there and tell you who we picked up. We got K8BHQ Ben Mobile there. We have KI50ZZ Miss Nancy was in and out. KF8AYX Charles there's in and out. KF8BNF Michael. We have AA8CS our fearless leader Gary. And then there was a November 9 in there that was in and out. You and Gary doubled. Would the 9 station come back with your call again, please?
November 9, Julia Papa Hotel, N9JPH, Jason McAllister, in and out.
All right, thanks very much. We got you that time. Do we have any other check-ins for the Beacon Net? Please call now.
Yeah, Dustin. Surprise, surprise, WD8MIU.
KF5, ADE, Cibolo, Texas, Kilo Foxtrot 5, Alpha Delta Echo.
All right, we picked up a couple more really good ones there. We have WD8MIU, Warm Weather Wade, and we have KF5ADE, Nickelodeon. Good evening to both of you. All right. Let's see, we're going to start this thing out. We got a big list to get to and a lot of people to talk to, but we're going to go up here to the top and let's see. We are going to start with, looks like we've got Josh, W8HRF is our trivia master for the evening. What do you have for us, Josh?
KD8EPC, W8HRF. Good evening, Dustin, and good evening to everybody on the Beacon Net. Tonight's main trivia is Gershon Stoschberg, WA2JXX, is one of two competing claims to have invented this item, which no self-respecting geek would have been without. Now you can probably only find them on eBay. What was this object, this invention? Your options are Alpha, the plastic pocket protector; Bravo, the fanny pack; Charlie, a retainer holder; or Delta, Google Glasses. Let me let this drop and pick it back up. Again, tonight's main trivia question. Gershon Stoschberg, WA2JXX, is one of two competing claims to have invented this item, which no self-respecting geek would have been without. Now you can probably only find one on eBay. What is it? Your options are Alpha, a plastic pocket protector; Bravo, the fanny pack; Charlie, a retainer holder; or Delta, Google Glasses. KD8EPC, this is W8HRF. Back to you, Dustin.
All right, thank you very much there, Josh. I might actually know the answer to that one, because I think I've heard that one somewhere in the past. So there you go. Let's go over now to Miss Lucy, KEYUK, for our alternate trivia. What do you have for us, Lucy?
Good evening, Dustin and the net. Here is your alternate trivia. What may have been the cause of a major decrease in the European cat population in 1233? Here we go. A, an increase in dog popularity due to, quote-unquote, mini dog breeds being developed for court ladies. B, an outbreak of cat allergies nationwide, possibly due to lack of general hygiene. C, the Pope at the time described the devil as half cat, half man. D, Colonel Cornwaldo Bean kidnapped them all while on a mission to find out if all cats do land on their feet. I'm going to catch a break and do it again. All right, tonight's alternate trivia for the Beacon Net. What may have been the cause of a major decrease in the European cat population in 1233? A, an increase in dog popularity due to, quote-unquote, mini dog breeds being developed for court ladies. B, an outbreak of cat allergies nationwide, possibly due to lack of general hygiene. C, the Pope at the time described the devil as half cat, half man. Or D, Colonel Cornwaldo Bean kidnapped them all while on a mission to find out if all cats do land on their feet. And that's your alternate trivia. Over to you, Dustin.
All right, thank you so much there, Lucy. And we've got a couple of mobiles here, and we're going to start with them. But we're going to start with KI5DAY all day long. Alan, good evening. Are you still on Echolink?
Kilo, India 5, Delta, Yankee. Yeah, sorry for the delay. I am on Echolink, and hopefully you can hear me better now. So if you can, C and D are my answers for the trivias, and I just wanted to say hello while I could. And sorry, I was on a rubber ducky antenna on a Baofeng while ago, and it didn't work where I was. I thought it would. So next time I'll bring a bigger antenna to the party, or a rubber chicken. Hi. Yeah, C and D's my answers. Just wanted to say a quick hello. Hope everybody's doing well. And all that jazz. KI-DAY, back to you.
All right there, Alan. Well, great to hear you out there tonight. And yeah, we couldn't hear much when you were coming in on the rubber ducky there. You should have used the rubber chicken instead. Hi. You tell Larry we all said hello, and have a great rest of your evening there at the Big W. All right, here, let's see. K8DHQ, Ben is also mobile. Let's talk to him. How you doing, Ben?
KD8EPC, KE8BHQ. I'm doing pretty good. Just driving home from work. Spent the last week programming some new radios. I picked up a couple of them and loving them so far. You got a pretty big list, so I'll let you get on down through it. For trivia, I'm going to go with Delta and Delta. This is KE8BHQ, and I'll give it back to you.
All right there, Ben. Well, great to hear you out there tonight, and always a pleasure, my friend. We got you down for double D's this evening, and we'll say 73 to you for now. All right, well, let's go up here and talk to Nick at night real quick. KEQKO, good evening, Nick. How are you?
KEQKO, good evening, Dustin. Good evening, everyone on the net. I think I'm sounding almost normal now, so that's fantastic. Yeah, feeling better. I think I'm still going to hit the sack a little bit early, so I'm not sticking around to the end. But I do have trivia answers. I'm going to go with Alpha and Charlie. Those are my answers. I'll see how they work out. And, yeah, that's really it for me. Just kind of hanging in there and doing things. I was actually just looking at information on Jamboree on the air. I need to start figuring that out. My son's troop wants to do that this year, so I'm going to have to get that sorted and figured out and probably do the merit badge with them too and all that kind of fun stuff. So that's where I'm at right now, and yeah. Anyway, with that, sir, I'll pass it back to you. KEQKO.
All right there, Nick. Well, glad to hear that you're starting to feel better. And, you definitely sound a lot better there. And sorry we missed the net the other night. We were at the county fair fireworks. There you go. We'll say 73 to you. Have a great evening, my friend, and we'll catch you there down the wall and get some rest. Let's go talk to Eddie, W3ETB. How you doing, Eddie? Take it away.
Yeah, hi, Dustin. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out when you and Nick might be on Z-Star. you guys are going to have to send me a heads up or something or other, so I wind up chatting with you all again. I think one time, not only did we have a chat on Z-Star with you and Nick, but I think, well, actually probably you. I don't know if I've ever talked to Nick on Z-Star, but he can probably deny me if I have. And I think we had also Shannon joined in with us one time. So it's always good to be able to try to crank up the Z-Star and see if it's working or not. And as far as the trivia answers go, I'm going to go, it's always, if you don't really know the answer, it's best just to go with A and A, the same letter. So that's what I'm sticking with. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going with A and A, and hopefully I'll hear you and Nick on D-Star. W3TV, back to net.
All right there, Eddie. Well, I've got to hook up my hotspot, and we'll catch up there on 56 Charlie one of these days. Most of my stuff's been Simplex D-Star lately, so there you go. All right, well, let's go over here and talk to KI5 RFI, Mac, our representative of Arkansas. How are you, Mac?
Well, good evening, Dustin, and everybody on the net. KI5 RFI from the big thriving metropolis of northwest Arkansas here. My answers to the trivia questions are going to be Alpha and Charlie. And with that, I'll turn it back to you. Have a great evening. This is KI5 RFI.
All right there, Mac. Well, great to hear you out there. We got your answers down, and you have yourself a great evening, my friend. Let's jump on over to California and talk to the legendary Rev Kev K6KJV. How you doing?
Hello there, Dustin, and everybody else on the net. Again, this is K6KJV for all those stupid three-letter agencies that really care. And remember, that's K6KJV who said that, not the Beacon Net. They disavow anything I say. Okay, well, let's get the trivia out of the way. It's, as usual, double D's, Delta, Delta. And somebody was talking earlier that they didn't see no Cornwaldo beans in the Olympics. That's because they boycotted them. They don't like satanic Olympics, and they don't like beating up on the little girls. If you watch the Olympics boxing, you'll know what I mean. So, with that, I'll quit being controversial, political, and all that, and pass the mic back to you there, Dustin from KE6KJV. The mic is yours, sir.
All right there, Kevin. Well, if you weren't political and controversial and all that good stuff, what fun would you be? Hi. We got you down for double D's as usual there. You have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch you down the log. All right, let's jump on over to Uncle Fred now. KE8QFT, take it away.
Thank you, Dustin. Hello, everybody out there. Trivia, I'd say A and B, in that order, and B. I think that this area here, at least the very area I'm talking from, they're very lucky yesterday, very lucky. There was places not far from us that really got tore up, and all I can say is, thank God, we dodged another bullet. And then the National Weather Service, they sent people out in the area to see were there any tornadoes, and I guess the thing is, in order to qualify for current money, it has to be a tornado. It can't be just a 100-mile-an-hour straight wind. I don't know. It's crazy the way things work. Just like local governments can override things that the people vote for and go ahead and say, nah, we're not going to do that here anyway. Now, that's a whole other thing. I don't know. I'm getting off into this stuff. In any event, K8QFT. Back to net control.
All right there, Uncle Fred. We got you down for A and B. We'll say 73 and have yourself a great evening. All right, let's go over to Keith now. K8TQR. Keith, good evening. What's going on?
KD8EPC, this is KE8TQR. Good evening, Dustin, and good evening to everyone else here on the net. It's good to hear everybody tonight. It's actually good to be here. I know I've been a little absent here on a lot of the nets, but I will try to get better at that. Just trying to do too much around the house. Trivia, I'm going to, I think I agree with Uncle Fred. I'm going to go with A for the main and B for the alternate. So that'd be Alpha and Bravo. Those are my answers, and I'm sticking with them. I had a great day here at the QTH. We didn't get much of that storm last night. We did get a brief moment of it. So I spent a little bit of time today out in the front yard picking up some of the branches and limbs and twigs and stuff, and I got that taken care of. Excuse me, had a frog in my throat. And we got that taken care of, and I was going to mow, but the grass was just still too wet, and I'll let it dry out a little bit more. Still working on the tower project. If we get some cooler days and a little less humidity, that'll get back on the front burner as well. Then I did some work on the ICOM 7100, and with Nick's help, I got it at 5 watts. Dang frog doesn't want to go away. Sorry about that. KE8TQR back. I'm going to have to get off here because it's not going to let it go. And so I'm going to send it back to you, Dustin, and great to hear everybody. Have a great week, and this is KE8TQR saying 73, and God bless.
All right there, Keith. Well, great to hear you out there, and you got to watch some tricky frogs in your throat. Hi. And we get you out for Alpha and Bravo, and sounds like good things are happening over there. So we'll say 73, and let's see if Phil's there now. WV3K. Good evening. Take it away there, Phil.
KD8EPC, net control. Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. How are you doing there? Dustin. It's good to hear you. I was trying to get back with Nick, and I'm still operating portable with a different talkie. So anyway, it's the battery went south on me, and it was disappointing because I was trying to get back with him to let him know, yes, I was going to stick in here. As far as the trivia, I'm going to break for time. As far as trivia, I'm going to go with Bravo and Charlie, and I'll just stick to that. I'm not putting much thought into that, so right or wrong, no difference to me at this point. I don't really mind. Been so wrong with so many other things, it doesn't really matter. But to have fun, that's the thing to do. Just go forward. Anyway, yeah, and I had some problems. I have some problems with my cell phone. I was running into difficulty trying to get on the Gmail, or not Gmail, on Google, and I wanted to get into the Sarah format and be able to pull up the page again on the mailing list of the roster, and I can't do it. So for some reason something is not pulling up, and I can get onto the present latest format of seeing who the officers are, but I can't pull up any details for club information that I think is proprietary to club members only. But I've been in it before, but I can't get into it anymore. So I'm going to probably need a helping hand on that. So anyway, with that, I hope everyone's doing well. Break for time. I just want to say I hope everyone is doing well, and that Nick at night is feeling better. And it's good to hear my buddy Wade and all the other people in there that and Jeannie. I haven't heard Andy pull through this evening, but I hope he's doing okay. And Nick, thank you so much for being so cheerful and helpful running the pre-net. It's always great to hear your voice, and it's good to hear you too, Dustin. Anyway, many blessings, Lord's blessings to all, and I'm going to finish for the night. So with that, back to net control, and have a wonderful rest of the evening with the net. KD8 EPC, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, and I will be clear. Thank you very much, Dustin. Take care, and God bless all.
All right there, Phil. Well, thanks so much for stopping by and joining us this evening, and I hope you get things worked out there and getting into your email and working. So there you go. We'll say 73 for now. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you real soon. Let's run over to Shannon now. KC5 Real Big Guns. We got you down for the great state of Oklahoma. Take it away.
Comment.
No comment.
Sorry, Shannon. KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Phil, I had problems with the club roster as well. What I had to do was just close out the window, go back to the email, click on it again, and it popped right up. That's my suggestion there. Thanks, Dustin. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, thank you so much there, Nick. Appreciate that. And glad we got that figured out. Sorry I didn't see your thing in the blue screen there, so there you go. But we got you there, and glad you could help Phil out there. And hopefully, Phil, you heard that. Close it out and go back again. So let's go over to Shannon now. KC5 Real Big Guns. How's your eye doing, and how are you this evening, my friend? Uh-oh, let's try that one more time. KC5 RBG, are you there, Shannon? All right, nothing heard. We'll go back to him in a minute. In the meantime, let's go try Kelly, KC0LRM. Take it away.
Oh, KD8EPC. Hey, thanks for getting me in there. I'm sure Shannon will be back. He's probably in the middle of a game with Kenyon or something. give you my answers before I forget. Let's do Alpha for the first one and D for the second one, or the alternate for Cornwall being there, since I'm hoping one of them wins a medal there. Maybe somebody heard Eddie talking about there in the aquatic Olympics. Okay, well, let's watch that. Not a lot going on here. Still a little warm today, and probably tomorrow. Of course, like y'all, we're supposed to have a little reprieve here. I think after a couple of Friday and Saturday, I think. So maybe down in the 60s and a little bit of rain. So with that, I'll get back to you and let you get on that list. And thanks for running that as usual. Always good to talk to you, Dustin. Everybody have a good evening, 73s.
All right there, Kelly. We got you on for Alpha and Delta, and it sure is great to hear you this evening. We'll say 73 to you. Have a great rest of the evening. Try to stay cool, and we'll catch you there down the log. Let's jump on over to Greg, AI5HV. Good to hear you this evening. How are you, my friend? Welcome to the Beacon Net.
Good evening, Dustin and Nick and everyone else on the net. This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor, Greg and Broken Arrow. And man, guys, it seems like it's been forever since I talked to you, Dustin. Not sure what that's all about.
You know what? It does feel like it has been ages, doesn't it? We're not used to you pulling the late shift there, but we're glad you did.
Well, thank you. We had to go out to dinner this evening because trying to de-stress after Ford technical support had me run a recovery tool on the navigation system on my car. Been having a little trouble with it, and it completely wiped navigation off of the sync system. So now I've got to take the car in to the local dealership to let them try and fix it. So needless to say, not very happy, but with all that said, let me get to the trivia questions. Main trivia question, I'm going to pick A for a plastic pocket protector. And for the alternate trivia question, I'm going to pick C about the half cat, half man.
All right there, Greg. We got you down for Alpha and Charlie for the trivias there. And boy, we're glad to have you this evening. You ought to come back and play more often. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday. And on Sunday night, we even let Alan do the alternate trivia.
Man, I'm not sure what to think about that. I know Sunday night he's doing the on the American Airlines Amateur Radio Club net. And so sometimes I hear him talking about an alternate trivia question, and I often wonder what that was about. But when I noticed on the website when you guys mentioned it earlier today during the Boredom Breaker net, I went out and looked at your website, and sure enough, Beacon Net Sunday night, Wednesday night. So I've got it on my calendar now. So anyway, with that, I know you got several people behind me here. So I will just say thank you, Dustin and Nick, for all you do for amateur radio. Hope everyone has a blessed rest of your week. And I'll say 7-3 and turn it back over to you. This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor.
All right there, Greg. We got you down for Alpha and Charlie for your trivia answers. We'll say 73 to you, my friend. Glad we got you you got us in the calendar, and come back and visit more often. We'll say 73, and that's going to bring me to the northern mark, QC8 FQV. Take it away.
And Nick, well, I'm going to say A on the trivia. On the main, and on Lucy's, I'm going to just listen and learn on that one. I had a decent day today. We had to make a run over to the airport and went in there and dropped my brother off. But he's coming back at the end of the month, so that's going to be good. And we got a radio cruising tomorrow out in Ravenna, and on State Route 59 or East Main Street, 769, and at the A&W. So, yeah, we got two prizes out there, or two classes. best radio installation, and the other one is most bands work. And we're going to use that one, and the club repeater is 146.895 PL118. And, and the club's website is www.portcars.org. And on the trivia, like I say, A. And then the alternative, we'll just listen on that one. And we'll, I think got everything there. 6 to 8, I better get the time. 6 to 8 at night. So, same place where there was a big car cruise tonight, if they did it. So, but tomorrow night, car cruise, radio cruise. KSFQV.
All right, there. We'll have fun at the radio cruise there, Mark. We'll say 73 to you. We have a whole bunch of people that have mobile and in and outs there. That's going to bring me down to KF8 BNF. Michael, good evening. Take it away.
BNF here. I think for the trivia, I'm going to go with Alpha and then Charlie. Cuyahoga County, the weather last night was interesting. We had 2 tornadoes touch down, and there's still over 300,000 people without power. I am glad not to be one of them. Got very lucky. About 3 streets over from me, nobody has power, but I do. So a lot of trees down and everything here, and I hope everyone else on the net is safe and not dealing with that. KF8 BNF, back to net.
All right, we got you down for Alpha and Charlie there, Michael. And, I'll tell you what, down here in Medina County, my power flickered, but it came right back on, and it never actually stayed off. But I'm fortunate enough to have a generator that would have ran most of my creature comforts. With the exception of the internet, I would have been all right. So there you go. We'll say 73. Have a great evening. And that brings me down to our fearless leader, the one, the only AA8CS. Gary, good evening. Take it away.
W8WKY.
KD8EPC, this is AA8CS. Good evening, everyone on the net, Sarah members, friends, and enemies, and whoever else is in here. But let's deal with the trivia first. I'll tell you, Lucy does great trivia. I should employ her for the Tuesday night net, the club net. Anyway, I think that pocket protector is too obvious, so I'm going to go with C for the regular question, and for the alternate trivia, it's got to be the Pope. The Pope done it. The Pope done did it, I should say. So I'm going to go with C and C. Really not a whole lot. I just wanted to pop in here and say hello. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been in here, so I just wanted to say hello. Looking forward to the meeting next week and our club picnic coming up a week from Sunday. So details on the website, and that's all I got. Dustin, back to you. KD8EPC, AA8CS.
All right there, Gary. Mr. Never Pick C, pick C's tonight. Hi. Great to hear you, my friend, as always. And don't be a stranger. Come and join us. We don't bite too hard. So we'll say 73 to you. Have a great evening, and we'll see you there at the meeting. Well, let's jump on over to Warm Weather Wade, WD8 MIU, twice in one day. Take it away.
Yeah, very good. Dustin, say hi to you and all my friends in Ohio and Oklahoma and wherever. Good hearing Phil in there and Fred, and we could name quite a few names there if we want to continue. But my trivia is going to be AA, so Apple. And you asked me a question today. I told Miss Nancy that you would ask me what the temperature was, and I didn't answer the question, so it was somewhere between 89 and 93 when you answering that question for the border breaker net today. And, golly, I'm trying to think, D-Star. I bought a D-Star mobile from a friend of mine up in Ohio, and I haven't ever keyed it up. I might need to get a little help on how I can do that, because I know I need some kind of a, like we have with DMR, some kind of a way to do that through the internet. But anyway, Nick can text me and tell me what I need to buy, I guess. Other than that, try to think. I guess that's it. You guys have a great week up there, and glad that it was a little cooler today for you. I think Dustin, you said earlier it was in the 70s there, and that's my ideal temperatures, around 70. But I don't get that down in Florida too often. and I guess that's it. So we'll turn it back over to you. WD8MIU, Seminole, Florida.
All right there, Wade, we got you down for AA there, and you know what? The good thing about D-Star is you've got that hotspot that will already do DMR, and it can also be set up to do D-Star. You just have to switch between the two, I think. So, yeah, you can use the same hotspot you've already got for DMR, or you can order another one of those hotspots and set it up just for D-Star. So, there you go. We'll say 73 to you, Wade. Have a great evening, and great to hear you twice. And, yeah, it's 70 degrees, and it says temperatures to drop into the 60s tonight. So, there you are. We may even be able to turn down the air conditioning. We're going to say 73, and we're going to jump on over to Texas, talk to Nickelodeon now. KF5ADE. Good evening, Nickelodeon. How are you?
Oh, wait. Almost did get the phone back together again. This is KF5ADE. Good evening, all. And, yeah, it's an interesting trivia question out there. I think I know the correct answers on both of them, but I'm going to go with A on the main, and because it's Cornwall to Bean, it's got to be an Oklahoma thing to do. So we're going to go with D for the Cornwall to Bean answer. And so A and B is my trivia, and everything else has been doing really well. Been watching the kids last couple days, and so we're doing very well with just kind of missing Sandy a bit because, well, I miss the girl. What can I say? She's up there with y'all and up there in Ohio, and I'm down here. So, well, we've got to do what we've got to do. It's just another kind of TDY for all of us. So she's helping the daughter out up there, and I'm helping the son down here. And it's what the parents and grandparents do best for their kids. So with that, I think that's about all I've really got. You guys take care of the tornadoes up in Oklahoma and Ohio, so I hope everything goes well with y'all. KF5AD, back to net control.
All right there, Nickelodeon, we got you down for Alpha and Delta. We're going to say 73 to you there. Sorry you're missing Sandy, and man, maybe she can try to make one of our meetings sometime while she's up here, but we'd love to see you again there soon, too. So you take care down there. We got you down for Alpha and Delta, and we'll talk to you again real soon. All right, next on my list here, because I'm legally obligated to talk to him according to this contract, KI5TAQ Taco Tim, take it away.
Well, good evening now, Dustin. This is twice that we've talked today. Oh, trivia question. I'll take the main trivia as A, and just to give someone a good laugh, I'll take the alternate trivia question as D. And I'm just resting and relaxing. I've done most of my time here on the playground and ready to call it a night. And then I'll be making my way to the house. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and you all take care. This is KI5TAQ.
All right there, here, Tim. We got you on for Alpha and Delta. Don't have too much fun there at the Big W, and have a great rest of your evening. All right, this is KD80PC with the Beacon Net. We're at the bottom of the list. We're looking for check-ins. Please call now.
This is KG5SYC, normally Cibolo, but we're in Ohio.
Oh boy, what is the saying? On RF the way it should be. Go ahead there, Miss Sandy, KG5SYC, take it away.
Yeah, I hope it's making the trip to we're down here in the basement on the bullpen. So we're just hoping that all is well with the radio. Turned it on a couple other times and it was dead quiet, so I was kind of curious. Oh, trivia, you're going to have to repeat it because I was talking to the daughter when it was being read, so I don't know the question. So there you go. Repeat, please.
All right, well, I think we can have a reread for you here. Let's start with Josh. W8HRF, would you read the main trivia for us?
KD80PC, W8HRF. All right, tonight's main trivia question. Gersten Strasberg, I always got to pause and make sure I'm going to say it right. WA2JXX is one of two competing claims to have invented this item, which no self-respecting geek would be caught without. Now you can probably find one. You can only find one on eBay. What is this object? Your options are Alpha, plastic pocket protector; Bravo, the fanny pack; Charlie, retainer holder; or Delta, Google glasses. Again, tonight's main trivia question. Gersten Strasberg, WA2JXX, is one of two competing claims to have invented this item, which no self-respecting geek would have been without. What is it? Your options are Alpha, plastic pocket protector; Bravo, the fanny pack; Charlie, retainer holder; or Delta, Google glasses. W8HRF, back to KD8EPC.
All right, thank you so much there, Josh. Now let's go to Miss Lucy, K8YUK, for the alternate trivia.
KD8ABC, K8YUK. You caught me mid-bite of my snack, which is just peanut butter on a flour tortilla. It's delicious. Alternate trivia. What may have been the cause of a major decrease in the European cat population in 1233? A, an increase in dog popularity due to quote-unquote mini dog breeds being developed for court ladies. B, an outbreak of cat allergies nationwide, possibly due to the lack of general hygiene. C, the Pope at the time described the devil as half cat, half man. D, Colonel Cornwall the Bean kidnapped them all while on a mission to find out if all cats do land on their feet. Over to you.
All right, thank you so much there, Lucy. Let's go back down to Miss Sandy now, KG5SYC, take it away.
All right, this is KG5SYC, and we're back. Well, very good question. So, the main trivia, I think we're going to go with B for you, Dustin. And the alternate, I think I'm going to go with D, just because sounds like a good letter to choose today. Normally I go with A, but B sounds better. And as far as what have I been doing? Hanging out with the other set of grandkids, and playing, let's see, Cars with the 1-year-old, and Barbies and Pets with the 7 and 6-year-old, and being pulled in both directions because they all three want me. At any rate, but it's fun going from one to the other and trying to keep an eye on that 1-year-old because he's a 1-year-old in a 3-year-old body. Yeah, that little guy, he's a character. He can run, and he's all over, climbs the stairs, everything, and doesn't think twice of it. At any rate, so all's well. And don't know about making a net up there, up here, but we'll see. Really don't have a vehicle, other than maybe on a Saturday afternoon later in the day. Better break for some time. And Casey, God, that's likely we're back. And so if I attend anything, it would have to be after the daughter and them are home and the kids are being watched because otherwise the kids don't have anywhere to go. So there you go, my favorite thing. I have to put it in there somewhere. This is KG5 SYC. That's the net control.
All right there, Miss Sandy. We got you down for Delta and Charlie, and it's so wonderful to hear you out there, and glad you're having fun with the grandkids, but boy, that sure sounds tiring. So we'll say 73 to you, and we'll catch you there down the log. Miss Sandy was the bottom of the list. This is KD80PC with the Beacon Net, and we're going to make another call here for check-ins before we go talk to the net control team. So station's waiting to check in. Please call now.
Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo Bravo Golf, KC5 RBG, Shannon in Tulsa, recheck.
Well, I was looking for you earlier, but we'll take the recheck. KC5 Real Big Guns, we got you down for the great state of Oklahoma. Take it away there, Shannon.
Hey there, Dustin and Nick. Yeah, you know, I was helping do my meds, and when she would run out of them, I would have to go find extra bottles to replace those, and this one didn't have a replacement for it. And on top of that, I went to look on the VA website, and it wasn't active. So I had to send a nasty note to the VA and all that good stuff. So hopefully they'll get it taken care of sometime this week and mail it probably next week. But anyway, I hope you're doing good and all's well with you. I do have a little surprise for you, though. Pause for time. KC5RBG returning with some third-party traffic. Good old Mr. Kenyon.
Hi, Dustin and Nick in the net.
And there you go. You know, he hadn't said hi to anybody on the radio in quite a while, so you ought to feel really lucky. He's starting to calm down for the night, though, and that's good. But anyway, I'll let you get back to your list there. Always great catching up with you. Had that shot in my eye today, and it's giving me a headache all day, so I'm still fighting with the headache. Hopefully it'll get better before I fall asleep.
All right there, Shannon. Well, great to hear you out there. And, man, I hope your eye does get feeling better. And, Kenyon, hello to you from me and Just Nick and the whole Beacon Net crew and everybody out here. So, great to hear you both. And have a great rest of the night, really. And, Shannon, take care of that eye. Get some rest there. And maybe you'll feel better in the morning. And we'll have to have a nice QSO there real soon. We're going to say 73 to the both of you. We're at the bottom of the list again. And, we're going to go up here, and I think we're going to talk to the net control team. Let's start with Just Nick. KD8SLG, take it away.
KD80PC, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Dustin and all the Beacon netizens. Well, I'll be voting, I'll be going with double D's in solidarity with Rev Kev. And Benjamin, by the way. We got a couple of double D's out there. I must say that for Lucy's question, if it had been a few centuries later, I would have said that it was the proliferation of Chinese buffets that decimated the cat population, but that's just me. I do want to remind everybody, the club meeting is next week, next Thursday night, so hope to see a bunch of you there. And as usual, we'll be meeting at Casa Nuestra for dinner at 5 o'clock-ish before the meeting at 7. All are welcome. Company picnic, that should be fun. That should definitely be fun. So sign up. Let us know how many people are coming so I know how many burgers and dogs to burn. And for those of you who are interested, Worcester Club tomorrow night at 7 o'clock is having their meeting, and NHCD is going to be doing a presentation on APRS, and he does really good presentations, and I'm looking forward to that one. That's all I got tonight, Dustin. It's KD8SLG, back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right there, Nick. Thanks for doing the pre-show and doing your thing in the background and keeping track of all the trivia answers. I'm going to go with Alpha and Delta for my answers tonight. And, man, I could go for some of that garlic shrimp right about now along with some fried rice. Oh, man, there you go. So let's go talk to Eric now. T8VZ8, take it away.
KD8EPC in a group. This is KE8VZA. Let's see, trivia before I fall asleep and forget it. I did not fall asleep halfway through the net. No, I did not. I'm going to go with double D's also. And I looked up on Cornwaldopedia, and the Cornwaldo beans were experimenting dropping cats off of the platform around the spire of the Notre Dame Cathedral. So not sure if I want to know how that transpired, but anyway, not a whole lot going on here. Our house has power, work does not. So had to work from home today. Don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. The power outage map still shows work has no power. Anyway, what else? Overdid it in the pool tonight, paying for it now. I'm sure I'll feel better tomorrow. But it felt good to swim. And my rec center still has its roof, unlike the rec center in Brook Park, unfortunately. Anyway, that's all I have for tonight. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right there, Eric. Well, good to hear that your rec center still has a roof on it. That's good for sure. Hey, maybe tomorrow you won't have to go to work, and you'll be able to work from home again. So there you go. All right, let's go over here and let's talk to W8HRF. Actually, before we do that, let's just go over to Miss Lucy. What's your answer to the main trivia question there, Miss Lucy?
KD8ABC, KEAYUK. I cannot answer the main trivia. I was going to use it as my own trivia at one point in time, forgot to write it down, and then when Josh read it out loud to me, I said, I wrote that. And he said, no, you didn't. I wrote that. And I said, surely not. So I checked my trivia log, and sure enough, it wasn't there. So I don't know where I got my telepathic communication from, but I did know the answer, and I approve of his trivia because apparently I telepathically wrote it for him. And I stand by that answer. So, back to you, Dustin.
All right, very good there, Miss Lucy. Let's go back over to W8HRF, Mr. Lucy, for our, give us your comments, then drop and give us the main trivia answer.
KD8EPC, W8HRF, good evening, Dustin, and good evening to everybody on the BeaconNet again. I had comments I was going to say earlier today, and because I didn't write them down on the whiteboard at the beginning of the net, I forgot them all. So, I don't know. I watched Betty again today. That was fun. We watched Zaboomafoo. That's what we did. I don't know if you guys ever watched the 1990s kids show, Zaboomafoo on PBS, but I grew up on that, so I figured, you know, I mean, it only did so much damage to me. How much damage can it do to her? That and Blue's Clues. But, no, that was fun. And then when she started reaching for the phone too much, about 15 minutes in, I said that's enough and got her ready for bed. And it was her bedtime anyways. So, very good there. I don't have too much else, I guess. I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm torn between going to the cruising and going to the APRS presentation. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll flip a coin, I guess. Let me let it drop, and then I'll read the answer to the trivia. All right. Good to hear so many people on the net tonight. This was a good fun net. Tonight's main trivia question was, Gersten Strasberg, WA2JXX, is one of two competing claims to have invented this item, which no self-respecting geek would have been without. What is it? Your options were Alpha, a pocket protector, the pocket protector, Bravo, the fanny pack, Charlie, a retainer holder, or Delta, Google Glasses. The answer was Alpha, the pocket protector. A pocket protector, if you don't know, is a sheath designed to hold writing instruments and other small implements in a shirt's breast pocket, protecting it from tearing or staining. It may be used to carry pens, pencils, screwdrivers, slide rules, and other small items. I actually have my slide rule right here. I don't know where I got it. I think somebody gave it to me. Oh, it's Hartville Thrift. I don't know how to use it, though. I need to figure that out. Strasberg was working on plastic sleeves for bank books one day. He placed one that he was working on into his shirt pocket while he took a phone call. When he noticed it there, he realized it would make a great product. Strasberg's sales of pocket protectors peaked in the late 1960s at nearly 1 million per year before falling precipitously in the 1980s. So there you go. That was main trivia. Everybody have a wonderful night, and we'll catch you next week. KD8EPC, W8HRF, 7-3, everybody.
All right, thank you very much there, Josh. We really appreciate you doing it, and we look forward to the next one there. Let's go down to Miss Lucy now, K8YUK, take it away.
KD8EBC and the net, this is K8YUK. We had a pretty peaceful day today. I got to hang out with my family a little bit. Got to go to Adoration, which was really nice. I haven't been to Adoration in a while. For those unfamiliar, that's where the Eucharist is exposed in a chapel or in a church building. I mean, it can be anywhere, but usually there's like a specific chapel that you can go in, and it's typically very quiet. Traditionally, you don't really talk, so it's very, very peaceful, and it was nice to be there. And Betty got to hang out with my family, which was always a lot of fun. And on the way back, we went to the library, and I found out that the library offers a 3-day loan on a Stan Hewitt pass for the hall and the gardens. Mind blown. Can't believe it. I never thought I'd be able to go back to Stan Hewitt. My mom took me one time for my birthday, and I found out how expensive the tickets were. And that was back before inflation hit, and I don't even want to think about it anymore. But now I get to take Betty sometime, so I'm trying to talk Josh into going with us, and we'll see if that works. Otherwise, just worked around the house and spent time with Betty, and youth group wasn't a failure. So all in all, good day. I need to grab my phone because that has the... Oh, Josh is going to get it for me. So if I just keep talking long enough... All right, I'm going to queue up the alternate trivia and the answer and read that for you guys in just a second. So I'm going to let it drop, and then I'm going to come back with what we have. KE8YUK returning. Now, if I can just open the right email. I email all of my trivias to myself now, you know. Also, my brother Denny says hi to Juris. I don't know if he's listening. I don't think he checked in. But he says hi. He made it home safe and had a lot of stories to tell and only good things to say about our folks in Oklahoma. So thanks again for that. All right, all trivia. What may have been the cause of a major decrease in the European cat population in 1233? A, an increase in dog popularity due to quote-unquote mini dog breeds being developed for court ladies. B, an outbreak of cat allergies nationwide, possibly due to the lack of general hygiene. C, the Pope at the time described the devil as half cat, half man. Or D, Colonel Cornwaldo being kidnapped them all while on a mission to find out if all cats do land on their feet. The answer for all trivia is C, Pope Gregory IX's first papal bull, the Vox and Romana. It's Latin. I didn't translate it. Good luck. It describes the devil worshipped by witches as half cat and half man figure and established the cat as the creature of the devil. Some claim this demonization of cats led to them being killed throughout Europe, and that this decimation of Europe's cat population led to an increase of rats and mice, which in turn contributed to the spread of Black Death. So there's that. I could go into the whole papal infallibility thing, but the point is, it depends on the circumstance. Popes aren't always right. I'm going to just go on a limb and say this was an oops. But that's history for you. Good night. God bless everybody. KE8YUK to KD8EPC.
All right there, Miss Lucy. Thanks so much for doing the alternate trivia. We really do appreciate you doing that there, and we look forward to your next one. We're going to say 73. We're at the bottom of the list. This is KD8EPC with the BeaconNet, and this is the last call for check-ins. Please call now.
This is K1WIZ, Holly Springs.
This is Bravo 8 Mike Oscar, Madison, Ohio on Echo Stink.
All right, we got two there. We have K1WIZ, looks like John there, and we have AB8MO, Andy. So let's start with John, K1WIZ, take it away.
Hey, good evening, everyone. This is my first time checking in here. I'm coming in through the Coates repeater on 220. Hopefully I've got the radio programmed correctly. I just finished programming it, so first time on the repeater. And I just was copying the mail on the net when there was a discussion about cats. I got 3 of those 4-legged furry critters here. They like to come in the radio. They like to come in the room and sleep in here when I'm on the radio. Wonder what that's about. Anyway, hopefully I'm sounding okay, and I will turn it back to net control from K1WIZ.
All right there, John. Well, sounding real good, so you're doing it right. You got the radio program good there, and welcome to the BeaconNet. You can find us every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the W8WKY repeater, and that's on Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. So 73, have a great evening, and good to hear you there on the air. You're sounding real good. Let's go over here to Andy, AB8MO. I understand you don't have power. Take it away.
Okay. I didn't catch what you said after let's go to Andy AB8MO, but anyway, hi, this is AB8MO.
at my brother's house. Well, my Geauga County got hit pretty hard with the line of severe storms that came through on, when was that, Monday night? Or no, yeah, it was Tuesday night. Yeah, so the person that we had taking care of the cat, well, she couldn't get in the house because all she had was a garage door opener. So the cat hadn't been fed in a day. You know, she wasn't going to wither away and die. She's very well fed, but we cut our vacation to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster is it's pronounced. But we went to the Sight and Sound Theater. I went with my brother. We're actually at his house now because he has electricity and we don't. So full family's just taking showers, and we're going to head home. I had a guy from church who offered to take some of our frozen food, specifically meat, and he had a little room in there, and we were able to pack it in there so we won't lose our meat. And we're just going to make do until the power comes on as late as Saturday or Sunday. So it's still a large part of Geauga County is still without power, which is why Newberry's not connected tonight. The internet's down, and the repeater is on a backup generator power, and when that happens, it's just a bare bones repeater. You could still use it, but there's no Allstar connectivity, so that's just the way it goes. So I'm glad I was able to get in here. I didn't think I was going to get in here at all tonight, but I just got cleaned up here, and I was like, you know what, I'll see if the net's still going. So glad I was able to get in here. And throw it back to you there, Dustin. Thanks for picking things up and all you do for the Beacon Net. KD8EPC, this is AB8MO.
All right there, Andy. Well, I'd run you an extension cord, but we need a pretty long extension cord to make that work. Hi. I hope you got a generator or something so you got a little bit of lights, maybe a fan. So we'll say 73 to you there. Have a great evening, and you stay safe out there. All right, Andy was at the bottom of the list, and I know I said that was the last call, but we're going to make one final call for check-ins. Any more new check-ins before we close this thing down? Call now.
KC5, MON, Kilo Charlie 5, Mike Oscar November, just getting my ticket punched in and out.
All right, we got you in and out there. KC5MON, in and out there. So we'll say 73 to you. And on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, the Beacon Net crew, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us. Come and join us for the next edition of the Beacon Net, Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. Also, don't forget to check out the barometer net every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday here on the W8WKY repeater. And don't forget to go visit our friends over on the N5XQK Memorial Board and Breaker net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562. They welcome check-ins and rechecks every hour there, and they switch net control at the top of the hour, so visit them if you can. With that, this is KD8EPC returning the repeater to normal amateur use at this time, and I will be clear. 73, y'all.
W8HRF test. You sound very electrified. W8HRF, AB8MO testing.
Is that a bad thing?
I'm using a Secret Service earpiece thing right now. I'm just trying to test this out, see how well it works.
Well, that time it came across okay. The first time you had a lot of buzz on your signal, but you might have been walking by your node or something. That sounds fine. You sound fully modulated, but I'm on Echo Stink, so I'm a pretty poor judge of audio quality because I probably sound pretty stinky. But you're modulating it well, if that counts.
Good. Okay. I'm just trying a couple of different spots here and seeing how this works. I'll have to take a look at the YouTube stream, WB8CXO, and I'll take a listen, so kind of compare it to how we normally sound. So I'm trying to think of different ways that Lucy and I can set up when we run the net. I was thinking if she's listening on an earpiece on the handheld on the Allstar Node, and I'm on the radio, I guess it would be vice versa, actually. If she's on the big show on the big radio, and I'm just listening on the handheld, yeah, that might be kind of cool, because then I can hear if there's collisions and stuff happening. I don't know. I'm just fooling around with it.
Yeah, I don't know why there's such a problem with specifically the Sarah hub, where a lot of stuff gets lost. And I mean, the people on the repeater don't really know it, but the people on the Allstar side definitely know there's a lot lost because, well, as you know, sometimes during the barometer net we'll have a minute of silence because everything just goes up in smoke. So you have to, if you're going to be running a net on 3.9, it's best to be able to just run it on RF. I've run the beacon net on Allstar. Nick's run the barometer net on Allstar, and yeah, people get kind of grouchy because they don't get heard on the Allstar side, and there really isn't anything anybody can do about that. And of course, quick keying makes it even worse. Quick keying basically guarantees that everything goes down, but you'd only notice it on the Allstar side, so that's just the way it is. So if you had to pick just one, I would say probably on the repeater side, but there's definitely coming in from the Allstar side, people don't get through. So I'm not sure how that would work, because if you're logging and she's logging and you're logging the same people, you're going to have a lot of duplicates. And you sent me a text message here. Oh, no. Nobody else. Messages here, and I've got a lot of ham test stuff to take care of. I got home early anyway, because I got some ham test stuff I got to take care of tomorrow. W8HRF, baby, get 'em out.
K1, WIZ.
WIZ station, go ahead. This is W8HRF.
Hey, good evening, guys. Yeah, I was just reading the last part of that conversation. I mean, I don't know if I know with Allstar sometimes what can happen is if the hub or the node or whatever is underpowered, meaning it doesn't have enough resources allocated to it, you can get instabilities like that. I've got a brand new Allstar hub that's over provisioned and underutilized, and of course anyone's welcome to use it if they so desire. But it's a very large instance.
W8HRF returning. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if not having enough resources is the problem. My understanding is it's a pretty brand new Raspberry Pi that's running our Allstar, but I don't know. I'm not sure, but I really don't have too much other information on it. I just notice it when listening on W8OKE. Sometimes if somebody quick keys and it doesn't come through or something like that. But anyways, but yeah, like I said, I'm just playing around with this Bofang and Allstar Node and trying to see if this might work as a possible setup for when we do the net. Most of the time when we do the net, Andy, I'll log, and Lucy just does all the talking. So most of the time she just has it up. She's not modifying the log or anything like that. But if she catches something that I missed, she'll let me know vocally since we're sitting right next to each other, and I'll add it, or vice versa. So, or I don't know. Anyways, but that's the story there. Over to you, Andy.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, when I know when I ran the Sarah Club net, I was so glad that Nick was logging, because I missed probably 50% of the check-ins did not come through Allstar. So it's really imperative that people are listening on 147.39, because so much does not come through on the 3.9. And I've gotten a few angry text messages from a couple people over the last couple of years. They're like, "You just walked all over on Allstar," and it's like, well, we didn't hear anything come on. Nothing came over on the Allstar side, and we're wrecking everybody on 3.9, just walking over top of them, and we have no idea. So, yeah, it's just a matter of working around it. So, what I do, at least I did for the HF net, which is on, of course, simplex. You only have repeaters on 10 meters, and the top end at 10 meters. The rest of it is, no repeaters allowed, of course. But what I would do is, Mike, KQWE would oftentimes do a lot of the logging, and then I would actually open up Notepad and just kind of jot down all the calls that I got. And most of the times it aligned up, but there were times that I would catch something that he would miss. But then again, we're at two different locations as well, so he's going to hear things I'm not going to hear, and I was going to hear things he wasn't going to hear. So it really was important that both of us were keep jotting down notes. But that could be an idea. That way, one person's either opening Notepad or they have a pen and paper, and the other one's using NetLogger. Yeah, I would definitely not recommend co-logging on NetLogger. That gets messy really quickly. The other station, I forgot your name. I'll throw it over to you. The W1 it is? Name here is Andy on this end, and my call sign is Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar, and then you pass it over to Josh.
Hey, Andy. Yes, the call on this end is Kilo 1, Whiskey, India, Zulu, K1WIZ. Out of Holly Springs, although I'm coming in through the Coates 220 repeater. We started getting what seemed to be an uptick in the rain and the wind here, so I guess the storm is a real thing. Go ahead, Josh. K1WIZ.
All right, K1WIZ, W8HRF. Well, hopefully, I feel like I heard that there was a hurricane down south. So hopefully it's not that's causing the rain for you, or the storm for you, but it might be. I was just looking around here on Facebook, and it looks like the National Weather Service ended up confirming that there was a tornado that touched down. It started near Brook Park and in Brook Park, and it looks like it ran through Parma and eventually dissipated. I'm not sure exactly where. I'd have to look again. But, yeah, that's crazy. So we had some pretty crazy weather the last couple of, I guess it was just yesterday. We have friends on West Ridgewood up there in Parma that it went right down that road, they were saying. That's crazy. Oh, well. Yeah, hopefully it sounds like your power will be back by Saturday, hopefully, Andy. Boy, that's a long time to wait. But, I mean, I know that they got a bunch of stuff to fix, so. But, anyways, yeah, I've heard co-logging on NetLogger is no fun, so we'll try to avoid that. And I have done, when I did the main show and Lucy was logging, I kind of had my own side notepad, and we'd see if they matched as we went, so just so we didn't miss anybody, but very good there. So, anyways, I'm going to close that. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I think it's over to... Boy, I forgot the rotation already. I think it's over to Andy. AB at MO, W8HRF.
Yeah, I think you rotated correctly. Okay. You rotated your tires properly there, Josh. Okay. Sounds like you and Lucy are already employing the strategy that I found seems to work best. Just opening up Notepad or WordPad or just jotting down calls while the other person does NetLogger and just comparing notes. And if, I catch something, if I caught something that Mike missed, I would just say it over the air, say the call, and, here's the ones that I call, and, and I caught another one, and then Mike would just log it. That just works the best, yeah. Trying to co-log with too many hands in the fire on NetLogger especially, it gets sloppy. But, one thing that the Wolverine Net does, which is I think is a good idea, it's always just one person that logs, but we had a time or two where somebody has lost internet, so we have a net password that just the net controllers know, and then somebody else can jump in there and grab control of NetLogger, so we don't lose the net check-ins. So it helps to have another person at least on standby logged in, not necessarily to touch anything, but to make sure that NetLogger doesn't go sideways. But then again, that's a net that goes on every single day, and I don't know if the Boredom Breaker net, they probably do something like that too for the daily nets that are on frequently. So anyway, I got to get out of here, guys. We're about to head off home, about 45-minute ride home, so it's going to be after midnight by the time I get home. So good thing I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Tomorrow is supposed to be my last day of vacation, and I get to spend it at home. But hey, that's okay. Hopefully we'll sleep okay tonight. It's not as muggy as it was a couple days ago. So I'm glad for that because there's no air conditioning, obviously, with the power being out. So I'll pass it over to, K1 WIZ, I think is the call. Good to meet you, and I will listen out, guys. Have yourself a great night. Take it away there. This is AB8MO. I'll listen out. Good night, Josh. And, oh, shoot, I forgot your name already. K1WIZ to take it. This is AB8MO. Good night.
All right, Andy. Well, have a good night. And, I think I'm going to bounce too, given the late hour. But, Josh, nice to make your acquaintance as well. And maybe we'll catch you guys further down the log. So with that, I'll pass it over to Josh. I'll say my 7-3s, and I'll be out of here. Have a good night, guys, and stay dry. K1 WIZ. We'll be clear after your final.
K1 WIZ W8HRF. Well, I think the name's John. I looked you up on QRZ here.
Nice to make your acquaintance, John, and hopefully we'll hear you on the net again. I think you said it was maybe your first time or close to your first time, so I don't know. But what was I going to say? Oh, when you checked in and said Holly Springs, I was like, my work has an office in Holly Springs. That's kind of cool. I'm curious. I'm looking up if Holly Springs is anywhere near Mount Airy, North Carolina. Nope, it is 2 hours away. I remember when Lucy and I were driving from Ohio down to Florida, we were passing through Mount Airy and on 77, I think, heading towards Charlotte, and we made a stop, and I programmed in a repeater that was somewhere nearby, and it just so happened to be linked up to the board and breaker hub, which I think we're linked up to right now until midnight. So that was kind of cool. So anyways, it was just a random coincidence that we ran into the board and breaker net on our drive down. So a repeater that was carrying it. So anyways, good to make your acquaintance, John. Hopefully hear you on the net again. So I'll say 7-3 to you and Andy, and we'll catch you later. W8HRF, I'll be clear. 7-3, everyone.
W8WKY.
W8WKY, repeater PL1 14.8.
This is KI5TAQ, monitoring.
W8WKY.
This way to hello, Taco Tim.
Oh, good evening there. And how are you tonight? This is KI5TAQ.
Well, we're doing pretty good. Just kind of chilling out here and taking some pills and relaxing just before I hit the bed, and so I can wake up and take care of those three rambunctious little ones.
Yeah, I just now left the playground, or left my work in some ways, left Alan behind. That sounds like a good phrase, leaving Alan behind.
Oh, and I'm going to do that.
I think he gets off at a different time, so that's one thing. Right now, I'm just making my way to the QTH. Had a little fun on the boredom breaker net, and I like the Cornwall bean too as well.
Yeah, Lucy's going to have to think up of a way to make Colonel Cornwall bean an actual true answer, and kind of mix them up with a correct answer that would make sense, you know. I think she can do it if anybody can.
Yeah. Right now I'm just, like I said, I'm traveling on the way home. And then maybe as you can hear, I got a little road noise in the background as well. So I'm motoring home.
Well, drive safe out there. At least it's nighttime and there's not quite as many people out on the road, but then yet again, it's definitely before midnight, so all the crazies may be out.
Yeah, KI5TAQ for ID. Yeah, I just happened to pick up my external speaker from the floor and stuck it in a cup holder for a while, see if I can hear a little better.
Well, we'll see if you can hear any better. This is KG5SYC for ID.
I think I can get most of it. But anyways, yeah. tonight's beacon net was pretty good, especially when I'm talking to Dustin now 2 times in a row today, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, at least you have that option to be able to get the boredom breaker net and talk to Nick and Dustin and that. So yeah, that's cool. So when you get home, do you go straight to bed, or do you stay awake and talk to the spouse?
Yep, that's kind of good. I know when I get home, my head's going to be hitting the pillow pretty quick. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight.
So the pillow wins the fight. I got it.
Say I got an early morning wake-up call tomorrow morning. To make the story short, family we had to deal with, or I should say my wife's family, they had to deal with the passing of Dad, and of course thanks to the company, they let me off for about at least 3 days. So now, and of course we already had the memorial service and that stuff, so now the last thing to be done is taking his remains and burying them. So that's going to be the last thing to be done. But at least we know that he's no longer suffering from cancer.
Yeah, that's one of the good things, but I'm sorry to hear about that, and sorry for your loss, but you can also convey that to your wife, that I'm sorry to hear about your dad and your father-in-law. But yeah, if they weren't doing well and that, and my dad passed away with also cancer, but he had it for a long time, lived with it for a long time, but and he went pretty fast, which I was happy about. His mind and everything was still pretty solid. He was still wanting to do, he owned a business, and he still wanted to take care of the business records and everything up until almost a week before he actually passed away, which was really amazing. That guy, my hat's off to him, big time. I'm not sure I would even come close to everything that he did.
I kind of hear you there. Wife said he had it for quite some time. He was like in and out of the hospital, and one of the things that he was undergoing was chemotherapy, and tell me if I have to go through it, I possibly would say no thank you for that. Even if they say it's going to save my life, I possibly would say no, because it just weakens the body.
By that flight user ID. Yep. I pretty much concur. And come to find out, Dad had started having the cancer back when he was about 50-something years old, and he did not do chemo. He refused to do radiation. He said that when the Lord was ready to call him home, then that's when his time would be. And he lived to be 91 years old, and so that man was full bore up until almost a few weeks before really he passed away. Yeah, he had his walking problems and stuff like that, and he started declining, but his mind was still pretty sharp from the very end. So, and I was happy that I was able to be up there and take care of him, up to his dying end, and so I was happy that I was able to be there for him.
Sounds like he's done pretty good and lived a good long life before, during, and after. I had a dad that went through Korean War, and then a great uncle that went through World War II. And I think my dad had, I know he had diabetes. I don't know which. I think it was like type 2 diabetes because he had it late in his life. But the things he did, and then the things my great uncle did was kind of, especially my great uncle, he was kind of hilarious.
Yeah. Well, Dad was pretty, I'd say both my parents were pretty strict. All things considering, I was adopted, so they were my adopted parents, but they're the ones that gave me the stability, and they gave me everything I know, other than genetics. And now that I've found my birth family on both sides, I can definitely say that some of the things you get from being raised a particular way, but other things, it's definitely genetic, because there was so much that I like to do, things I wanted to do, that my parents really never cared to do. And I really didn't know where all that came from. But now I kind of do, after doing the search and finding my birth family. I definitely know that a lot of genetics plays a key role in your feelings and what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I kind of hear you there. Sometimes I feel like my parents were kind of strict too, but then in the end, according to a few family friends, I turned out good. As far as whether they learned to be strict in their lives, I don't know, but that's beside the point. But the fun part is that they wouldn't do. Well, now I'm doing again. Like playing radio. And I think they just, at least my mom may or may not understand radio, but hey, it's all good communications and also fun.
Yep, I agree. I don't think I would have, well, I was a CB'er, don't know whether I would have got my ham license if I hadn't known Nick. But nonetheless, him and I met through CB and a mutual friend. I'm pretty sure we probably would have met outside of CB, but CB made it an easy way to communicate back and forth since I was living on my own and I really didn't have a phone to really talk on. So with that being said, CB was the only way that we really could talk.
Yeah, I think I remember the CB craze. I had a CB radio in the car, and when I got done hearing CB radio, hearing how they kind of like trashed out, that what made me think of doing another kind of radio. And thanks to some of the ham friends down in Texas, they perked my interest back around about 95, 96, and when I got my ham license. And before that, that's when I got my I'm laughing now, got my ham radio, my handheld, for nothing. It was a prize at a ham fest in Shreveport, Bossier City in Louisiana.
By this like paper ID. Oh, that's cool. At least you got started on the free side, and then you could build from there. So that's cool. Nick and I was sitting there studying together for the code. And after I met him, he had an old instructor or teacher, and so I went to take a few classes on antennas and stuff like that from him. And so it kind of was baby stepping into ham radio, as Nick wanted to get ham, but he needed a lot of work with code. So when we were getting to Mexico, we took a code class. Well, I probably could have got my code license then, but I decided no, I wasn't going to do that because I knew that Nick couldn't pass code because he's dyslexic for one, and he doesn't remember one character past another character in order to make a word, so that was becoming a problem. So I told him, I said, no, I'm not going to get my license because you'll run under my license. KGWFYC, I don't know if we are in contact with you, Tim, or not. Evidently, this is KGWFYC, so clear.
W8WKY.